Hello everyone! So I'm super excited because I'm playing along today with the Stretch Your Sketch video series hop, which is a monthly hop that a big group of girls do. Some of us do it every month, some of us kind of pop in and out like me when we have time. And the idea is to take a 12 by 12 page sketch and use it on another page, anything that's not 12 by 12. So some girls go ahead and do a double page, some do traveler's notebooks. I'm going to do 8.5 by 11 today, and I'm going to use my How to Kill a Kit with Style. So this is my kit from October, and I kept it all together because I really wanted to create more with it. And I'm really happy I was able to get one more layout done. I actually still have one or two more layouts that I really want to do with this kit. So I'm hoping to get those up for you soon as well. So I cut 1/2 inch strips from all of those different patterns that I had chosen from my kit. And now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to ink up the edges with Hickory Smoke Distress ink. And then I'm going to lay them out with my tape runner, just the way I have them here, kind of. So the first thing I want to do is I want to make sure I'm going to use the grid, the ruler marks on my Tim Holtz mat to get these strips equally lined up on both sides. So if I seem a little like stuttering right now, it's because my youngest son is here with me, and he is trying to pretend like he's going to start yelling while I'm recording into the microphone, but he's not, or he will be grounded. But anyway, he's trying to get my goat, and we're not going to let him get my goat. All right, so Hickory Smoke Distress ink on all of these 1/2 inch strips, and then I'm going to glue them all down, and I'm going to use the grid marks on my mat as well as a T-square ruler so that I get the first one perfectly straight. Because if you get the first one perfectly straight, it makes the rest of them go really easy because then you can just line them up with each other. So I'm going to kind of start it there so I have it at the correct measuring line that I want. I'm going to pop my T-square ruler in there, get it up against the line so we have a nice straight place to start out with. And then I'm just going to continue on lining the strips up. Now I'm going to switch my paper to the other side. I'm going to do the same thing. Sorry for my frizzy hair. I'm going to mark it exactly how far in so that the strips of paper are in from each end. And then I'm going to work the same way from the outside to the inside, following the same process of inking with Hickory Smoke Distress ink and then gluing down these 1/2 inch strips. So when I got to the middle, I had just a wee gap, and so what I decided to do was I just cut a 1 inch wide strip of paper, and I'm going to place that one directly in the middle. And I really like the way that this turned out. This is very reminiscent of the sketch. I just took the idea of all the strips of paper going down the middle of the page, and now I'm just going to go ahead and fill out my pattern. I'm going to trim the top and bottom of this paper, and then I'm going to use I used my tape runner and a little adhesive because some of these I hadn't adhered where they adhered to the paper. Does that make sense? And so after I trimmed them up, I had some bits that were like popping up that needed, well, you'll see. I think I left that in to show you what I'm talking about. So some of them, the strips weren't adhered to the paper. So I'm just going to go ahead now and go through and kind of lift those strips up and make sure that everything is adhered directly to my base paper. So the sketch calls for 3 photos, but I'm just going to use 1. I'm going to mat it on some more scrap paper in the 2 colors that are part of my background. And from here on out, I don't follow the sketch much at all. I put my photo kind of where it is, where the cluster is on the sketch, and then I kind of create my own little cluster of stuff. So I have all of these clocks that I fussy cut from this one piece of pattern paper that is in my kit. And I know that I want to use as many of them as I can because these clocks will actually work really, really well for the subject of my photo and what I am documenting here. So I'm just going to go through the clocks and find ones that I think coordinate or that don't clash a whole lot with my background. I have kept to pretty minimal colors here. Not intentionally, that's just kind of how it went while I was picking what I wanted to use. And so because that background doesn't have a ton of color, I don't want to put colors on the top that don't appear in the background, that kind of thing. So, but I do decide on a couple pieces. I'm going to use my date stamp and stamp the date on that little tab that I put at the top. These are Belle Boulevard ephemera pieces. I'm trying to remember the name of the collection. I think it's like Dad Life, or it's a masculine collection. But I don't remember exactly what it's called. So I'm going to flip through these, decide on placement of the ones that I want. And I'm just going to go ahead now and put those clocks down. And I'm also going to date stamp on that tab. So I'm going to go ahead now and work on my title. And my title is just going to be Quiet Time. This photo is just a picture of Logan. He was cuddled up with me watching TV beside me. I think he didn't feel well. And it was just a really sweet kind of quiet moment. So I took a photo. And if you know my son at all, you know that quiet moments are not, well, for both of my boys, quiet moments are few and far between. So we will take all of them. So I'm using those puffy thickers, part of my kit. And now I'm going to just embellish a little bit. I'm going to add some chipboard and some white enamel dots just to give a bit of a pop of color to my layout. I chose this Happiness because that stripy paper has all of that orangey red and the yellow and that tealy green are in the stripes of that paper. And so I wanted to make sure I had some of the other colors that were in the stripes, not just the blue and aqua, around my layout, so it didn't look out of place. So I'm going to put a lot of chipboard on this particular layout, which works out perfect because I'm trying to use up this chipboard. And I'm just going to add little bits and pieces that say things that I think will work. I'm going to shy away from icons. I could have added some icons, I guess, because, like we were at home and things like that. But I already had the clocks, and I like how it tied into my title. So that is going to complete this layout for today. I'm going to add a lot of enamel dots. I think I added 9 or something to this layout strictly because these enamel dots don't stick. And I have to add extra adhesive to them. And so I really just want to get them out of my stash. And finished. And here are some close-ups. Be sure to head over to, check out, I can't talk, hold on. Check out the list below to see everybody else that is playing along with this month's Stretch Your Sketch. And you can take a peek at all of their beautiful layouts as well. Talk to you all soon. Bye.